What is up, guys? Welcome to YuGiOh Eesti, and today we have with us.
David Pedosar, top 10 of Polish nationals.
Very wonderful. And what do you have for us today?
I have my live twin Fiendsmith deck with a little bit of spice.
Just a little bit. Okay, well, show us through it.
So basically, usual line is, of course, 3 key skill frost, 3 common key skills, 3 sun snitch, and I played 3 Leelas because I wanted to have more one card starters that could go into Fiendsmith part of the deck, and I didn't play Signet Mining because I felt like even if I draw Leela, I could usually play it, and if it gets stopped, probably I have something else as well because I play like 20 parts of the engine, so I didn't feel like I need to play into Ash or lose one card from my hand, because if they fool with me or something, one hand trap that I could have in my deck that I lost to Signet Mining would cost me much more. And then of course one Leela. There's no reason to play more than one, because doesn't matter what you draw, you can always get it out of your hand, because basically the only part where you don't get it out of your hand if you play Leela and some common Kisikil and just go from there, and it will stay in your hand. But if they do anything in response to your actions, you just discard it and also basically pop your opponent's card as well. Then it's for Fiendsmiths, it's basically like standard: 2 engravers, 1 lacrima, 1 fabled flurry, 1 Fiendsmith in paradise, and 1 Fiendsmith tract. What I actually felt was, like, with this deck you don't really brick on Fiendsmith in paradise or lorry or anything like that, because most of the time you make bow and you discard to do any effect to prevent Nibiru or just, and basically multiple times I had a chance where I got Nibiru, I used bow effect, discard this, and since Nibiru came and then Fable Lure resolved, I got 2 bodies on the board to do other Fiendsmith stuff, and as well with the paradise, if I drew it and I could make bow, I already get that 1 interaction basically for free for doing my stuff. And then for the engine spice part, also about the starters, basically there is like 12 good one card starters, and the Fiendsmith part adds extra 5 one card starters that couldn't go into live twin part, which I felt maybe to put a secret password or something to have more live twin parts in it, so it would be more consistent with both engines. And then there is the spice part. I played Angel Statue as a Runa with Silo Hat Rabbit. So my logic was this deck isn't really afraid of Nibiru most of the time, and basically only thing it's afraid of is Mulcharmy Fuvolos or Mulcharmy Mials, and that usually gets sided against this deck in the game 2. In the game 1, most time it's Fuvolos, and if you don't get any interruptions to that, usually this one is very good because it's spell pop, but most of the time the most important part is the Azrune, and that this monster can get killed by battle, so it's another body that stays that's linked to, and you can go from there. And this one just great interruption because most of their things, for example Ryziels, if they get dual drive, you get rid of it very quickly. And most of the time if I play through this part of the deck, because I got Fuvolos, they try to bait it out with this, and if you time it very well, it stops your opponent quite quickly. So With the hand trap lineup, I played mandatory 3 Ash. I felt like since this deck loses very hard to Meows and Fuvolos's Droll as a protection card rather than hand trap for other decks, because if this deck gets to play, most of the time it stops your opponent enough so they try to get rid of your board, but you got so many extensions on your turn and progress in your game. So most important for you going first is to build your board. And 3 Imperm, because for me it's logical. You draw Imperm, you use it, you basically set it on going first, and it's a board breaker, so it's mandatory. For also like so-called fair hand traps, I played 2 Ghost Bells and 2 Ghost Mourners. Why I played 2 Ghost Mourners except for Whaler is because this Mourner I can do on my and opponent's turn, and usually if you draw Imperm from Evil Twin part, it stays in your hand because you have presence on the board. So this one actually helps a lot, and I had multiple times that I drew it and it saved me, as well as Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell is mandatory in this meta, because even the most popular interactions against Mermail and some rogue decks was Droll called by Ghost Bell, and that was the whole game. Then I played 2 Nibiru. I even think that instead of 2 Nibiru's I would play 2 Perulias. I thought I would play it for a crossout target, but through playing this deck I understood that this deck isn't afraid of Nibiru at all. So Perulias would be much more protective hand traps that I would play. Maybe put 1 Whaler and 1 Perulia instead. And then of course 3 Fuvolos, because it has the biggest range out of the all decks. They summon at least once or 2 from their deck or extra deck, and it already gives you something. And Crossout and Call by. In the most of the time in the second game, if I go second, I take out the Crossouts and sometimes even Call by if it doesn't work against them very well, if they don't have anything to banish. And yeah, and if I go second and draws don't work, I take them out as well, because going second, if they have anything on the board, they can't Fuva miss, so I don't worry about that. And about the side deck, mandatory 3 Lancias. I played 2 Mulcharm Meows because I thought I don't have enough space in the side deck, and for the matchups that I'm more afraid of, I figured out that I have enough against Mitsurugi Raisel, so I'd play more something against Malice, and these things helped a lot. And I played 2 Bestials. I think having like 2 to 3 Bestials, like another Baldrake, is fantastic. Basically all meta decks have something to banish, and yeah, maybe against Malice they're not good, but going first against some Mitsurugi, Raisel, or some other not top tier decks, or Memento, yeah. You basically, and it works as an extender as well, so if you summon something, they do something, you just go Bestial, Moon, and at least Fiendsmith. And Mistaken Arrest in this deck, fantastic, and stops Mitsurugi Raisel, the strongest I think matchup against this deck, and I think it's mandatory. I had an idea to play spell deck Lockdown, but I thought this one would be better because it's less interactable. And then 2 Triple Tactics Thrust, Dark Ruler, Harpies, and Triple Tactics Talents. And out of these 5, I played only Triple Tactics Talents. I said Trust, but I the cards that I put the trust in, I didn't side those in because they wouldn't do anything basically against the opponents that I would put them in. So basically, I think instead of this, I would put some additional Mulcharmis, maybe spell card Monster Reborn, and another Bestial. Overall, happy with the deck and side, except for like 4 cards, and maybe in the main deck I would pump up the amount of starters. Because I had a couple of games where I had only hand traps and hoped for the top deck, and if you top deck Leela and they stop you, it's very harsh. And for the extra deck, so basically, of course, let's start with the Silo Hat Rabbit. Like I said, fantastic card, helps you against Mulcharmis, has enough effects, has a pop, does a lot under Fuvalos for this deck. And of course, Kisikil, Leela, Kisikil, and Sunny Snitch. In this deck there's a lot of one-offs, so basically extra deck is a dream for Kashtira Unicorn. Didn't have any opponent to do it on me, but I think it's not so bad because if they get rid of your Kisikil and maybe the most dangerous maybe Requiem, but basically if you're left with one of the link 1s or you have enough link 2s, you can do a lot with this deck. And of course, Fiendsmith basic Requiem, Sequence, Agonday, Desire, Necroquip, Caesar. So basically in this deck I feel like Caesar is the main boss monster, because if you make Caesar then you're left with Lacrima and Requiem in the grave, so you have Fiendsmith in Paradise as well, you get it into the graveyard, so you have 3 interactions. And I had a couple of games where I drew only Fiendsmith or just Fabled Lure, made this and got the Desire in the graveyard at some point, and this was enough. 3 interactions plus hand traps that I had. And Moon actually made it 2 times, helped against just the same example that you summon Leela and they ash it and you have at least like Bestial, you just make Moon. Muckraker, put it just in case, didn't make it even once, but testing it came up sometimes. Of course, Superstar Typhon. I wouldn't imagine how many times this card actually saved me, how many times this deck just went to Star Slayer Typhon control and just out of there won the game. And mandatory card Bow. Basically in this deck, before I go into Fiendsmith stuff, and I use Lacrima to send Engraver into the graveyard. Then I do the Life Twin combo to get at least 1 draw, make a Bow, and only then I would make Caesar. So if they need me there, I would just banish Bow, summon anything basically, and at least I have Sunny Snitch and plus Fiendsmith in Paradise danger in the graveyard. So this was it about this deck, and I think I'm pretty happy how it went. Previous time it was 14th place at the Nationals, this time it's 10th place. Quite sad that I didn't get into the top cut, but no worries, it's just my second Nationals. I got the spot and hope you see it at the European Championship.
Any shoutouts?
Shout out to YuGiOh Estonia and everybody there, Allar, Michael, Marek, who loaned me their cards. So basically, mistaken arrest and Mulcharmis, I just went to Allar's place and picked everything just in case. And of course then Voldemar, Jonathan, Joel, who came here, and Martin as well. quite interesting competitions. Organization was very good, very quick. It went quite fast and breezy, and I think thank you everybody for supporting me and for giving me their cards, and thank you for the judges who were very supportive and helped out if something went wrong.
All right. Well, thank you for showing the deck, and good luck with the Euros.
Thank you.